Mari kwa man sobra na many a year director of communications at the Parliamentary Network Africa. Clement Akolo ewo ahoma so na many no any enkomo. Mzakolo Otumika, good morning and pom to saying
Pacho me here, Mr. Speaker.
Na bibia ya fine there.
Nyame adom.
Kessben.
Ya da trade am pass na anopezi ya da so waje so. Na wo ka bibi.
Wako speaker idea say
Kessben.
obi amana bi parliament idea say ubeyama ye.
Beda say anu wadwuma na meye enti no kan komodi anofa me ne we die ho. Na akwakoye nsem bebre say ye kasai no the majority side in parliament ora fenyo mark and the team speaker recall back members no to the chamber na afei aban businesses ahodo e ho a wo montimi nye ho adwuma nwie ye ne dan ko mo betimi awie ansa na afei akọ na awie ye NDC ne minority no so say debi say speaker bon ho musuo so obefre se mrase bedwafo ne mra obia no obesi ho in fact on the NDC side ne de obia se womba does that simply mean say ye ka say 8 parliament no ye de omudwumadi a wo mudi nyina aba na wie ya da
There be that 8 parliament near for omudwumadi embawie ye nanso no uhwe de ekona otumu say baby edru no emu ayeden na ebeye the impact members of parliament no kan ebetimi atwe omo abase de majority for no per se Mr. Speaker ye no yen kayen kwa ya dwemu anka if it's possible now betimi ade ho sadia anka the recall of parliament should be immediately after the election because here there baby omugina pa there mekase meka ho asema about then say members of parliament will leave their constituencies almost try to get the attention of their people. No matter back to parliament, no matter be ejuma. My who say members of parliament, maybe omo contest, and you nyina na eko on oppose. If you omo on oppose, still in some wo. Abra omo beba parliament na nkoko ewo mo chi a omo so omo didigu omo account mu. It say even the majority side the whips will be able to whip all their members to parliament to come and do business within these 2 days that they have proposed, that is 28th and 29th. Now after that it will be left with just about a week for them to mobilize their people, help them and do all those things and stand on for election. It's main kwa there anka after the election, immediately after the election. Because
but immediately after the election, we have barely about 30 days or more, 1 month solid. From a year 7 December, kosi a year 7th of January. Now a new government is setting in. A buying business na parliament ni betimi asa a share after 7 December. Ajiatum I betimi abua. Probably there are some items on the table omapain na adu danko ekufu adu nsunya ya nka wo mu be ye free wansa na parliament ya kɔ na wie ya
uhwemu ye de dudo bono dudo na abema majority side and I say MPP caucus na because omwana oma causes a problem ya be system because from the beginning na ye kase even say opeso seki interpretation of this because of your interest in government business, and can say offer a coin this now the year. Na said a year and a year some acrimony be a year, be a time, a mano a year be oh Siciano. You have gotten the legal interpretation as you want and all that, but the body language and the understand the idea more of parliament. Now you have lost it. Now it has become a very difficult thing for them to reconcile themselves in parliament. But you see, I said the Adena Kakusin say, say, even members of parliament in Ababa parliament Ghana. Omo Krano again the presence of mind to even scrutinize those things will not be there.
Okay.
Because what you want me now, not doing a constituency. Which will mean say yes, just like what we did in the 7th of November now, there was fiasco, nothing happened. No, about the same thing. Meanwhile, you see, there is more cost to Parliament because you see, Parliament is not sitting at its normal place. Parliament is sitting at a rented place. Accra International Conference Center. No, it comes with extra costs. And I feel the members of Parliament themselves, baby, so mututu kwan omoba about the good about as state because all those costs would have to be borne by us. But we feel say after the elections, Obia Ojumedi when the constituency no would have dealt with it. So we lose or we lose. So we win or we win. If you ban over trans no ye Jumedia or ye Amagana.
Yes, but I don't know.
Now this time no ebeswana.
Yes, acrimony is never bebano. Maybe Obeto Asama Clement. Acrimony is never bebano. Will come from the fact say ya two abewi said Dr. Baumia neba krana or babe for me new government. Sir John Mahama neba was also for me new government. Ebani Salam Kojoche Martin and I say Obi Winnie Biano will have to form a new government. Now the question is that we are going through the transitioning period. The policies of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo may not necessarily reflect the Pafufra Wobabe taking over as president of the state. I'll bet usher in a lot of policies. Would that not mean, sir, President Akufo-Addo Nankasa the full term Nankasa Banewi 11 tower no? The effectiveness of it, any day me business is here.
So I want to believe at this juncture, and law be an omukako pass and omukoye building because Omangasa United say a marino issue. And if I come to the second leg of your argument, you say then the Akufo-Addo government would have been a moribund government. Or a lame duck government at that time. They can't pass any proper thing and answer onto me here. Then at this time, you see, the Akufo-Addo government, with just about some few days after 1 week to go for election. So which will mean say but the feel say issue way on account. The vote on account now, the budget for next year, which is very, very important.
Which is for the first quarter of 2025.
And no, you're very, very important. In America, say, if that is what we are worried about, because without that, workers car in January onwards, government business onwards. Because there will be no vote on account. Because you see, the budget that we have is ending at 31st December 2024.
Exactly.
So in the consolidated fund, you can't take any money from it without approval from Parliament. It is approval that kind of fund for government business in next year. And I make say if that is the most urgent and most important item for Parliament to do, and even if you look at the request from the majority side, that is the NPP side or governing party side, proposing 2 days to do that business, which means if we finish the election, we are not going to use the whole of December to do the business of Parliament. We need only 2 days, if only they can cooperate, We need just 2 days to deal with that issue, and then we'll be able to go forward. Because I think say you can move the members of Parliament from their hinterlands, knowing very well when you say when we need a year an election he's not coming back to Parliament to even come and do anything for the country. So at this time there, business. And let's look at it this way. The last time, the reason why Mr. Speaker adjourned the House, even though there was a quorum to do business, there was no quorum to take any particular decision. Now, share the tone of the memo now, the NDC sent to Mr. Speaker now.
Yes.
They are serving notice, even if you recall the House, we will not be there. It means the NPP cannot marshal the numbers to form a decision-making quorum.
Okay.
So when they come back to the House, it will just be a waste of our money and everything. But so we think that it will rather serve our purpose if we can put this after the elections. Then, because it's extraordinary time, call for extraordinary measures. So after the elections, we can come back and do business.
Very well. Now, before I call the Clement, you're director in charge of communication for Parliamentary Network Africa, a very important organization at the Parliamentary Union. In the last 4 years, on top of your mind, say meka say mame nipa numa wo mo ye mrase bedwafo a wo mo performing creditably
this is a very difficult exercise because most of the time we preach it must be this exercise must be done based on facts, figures and evidence. But on the top of my mind, the face of it, if you look at the real work of members of parliament, you can mention some people who have done advocacy on behalf of their people, on behalf of people in the country. That is the main work of members of parliament, to advocate for the helpless in society and to look at the laws and represent their people at the constituency as well. So on the top of my mind, I can mention some people like Okujeto Ablakwa, and unfortunately, the people that I'm going to mention, most of them are in the minority or NDC side because of the way we play our politics here in Ghana. And most of the time, government, we shudder to be a bit critical, take initiative, because it will be counted as either fighting your government or something like that. And most of the time, the opposition side, and say they are more vibrant. So people like Okujeto, the anti-corruption initiatives now are taking to take government on and all those kind of things. And then you can look at Hevia Sosu, who also championed a number of the private members' bill in the interest of the people, and then Danyamano. Those are the people immediately we can look at and say that they have been exceptional members of parliament. There are a few more, but I have to sit down and then because you are putting me on the spot.
I'm putting you on the spot, but said it was your on top of your head. Definitely, one or two people will dream, right?
That's a very tricky one because yes, it's very important. As a member of parliament, you should master advocacy. So to me, advocacy, so to me, kasa, so to me, making some points. But most of the time, almost kasa on the floor of parliament. One, and yes, it be a timin kasa and also person kasa. Most of the time, because they are first timers or second timers, so they are backbenchers. And most of the time, backbenchers don't attract the eye of the speaker so much, unless you are very exceptional.
And there are exactly the point I can be raising, especially when you are exceptional. Composure, be demeanor, confidence level no wasura. Definitely, I mean, you will be able to speak on the floor. People like Ojo Ponkroma, people like Sam George Mo, and take you almost so long. Xavier Sosu Madina Mrashebediani Awuboni in the first time yet he's been able to initiate a lot of things. And backbenching may not necessarily become a limitation tier will be intimate performing. Anna?
Yes, exactly. You know, thank you for mentioning, you know, you can see they have had some level of let's say training in communication. And some are naturally communicators. Obi say Sam George say he's a natural communicator. It means say otimi kasa, otimi expressing no. Obi say Kojo Ponkoma Okana say he has been a broadcaster, a journalist for a while. You know he will be able to speak his mind at all times. You know it comes to some people naturally.
So what it also means, they say, oh yeah, electorate now will go to waba. As I said, we share the potential of the person, or your candidate, or pleading with you, say, share so not to waba man. As I said, we take his into account, and
say, you share the sound so there. It was be more they can immediately express themselves like. But when it comes to writing, they are very good at it. So where do you place it? So Ebano contribution at the committee level, they are very good at it because it is away from the crowd and because I think all building a confidence. But professionally, so when it comes to the writing and then the contribution to the committee decision making process, now to say now who do what me boa e wo honom ni niama nti na afei na sa person no all picky ba but who have been in the house for quite a long time but who be more almost buy for the first time, they were a bit timid, they didn't know the system, but when they take their second term and third term, you can say, oh, so this person was such an authority in this particular area. When they give them leadership positions, a promoter to leadership position, when they start talking, they say, oh, we know what leadership qualities in this animal. The examiner said, then we have to take some more time as parliamentary watchers, as civil society organization promoters, as governance institutions are Yadwin Parliament, even Parliament itself, to make it a point to build the capacity of our members of Parliament once they are elected. And after yes, why watchers now with the media and all those things, we should start setting standards. Oh, yes, setting standards now. So Ubiba now I say this is the standard for measurement of member of Parliament. So what standard and it's known to everybody. When you are pronouncing somebody as not performing as a member of Parliament, that person will understand, or better say, even the society will understand why you are putting this person in this pedestal. Yes. So, as I say, we will see this, as I say, setting some standards. This year, private members' bill, to me, has become a very important standard in measurement of who a member of Parliament is in Ghana, because Sisiano, it gives you opportunity as a member of Parliament to look in the society, to look at and craft a private member's bill to solve some of these problems. First, Nanka Abanqua and Obitimidi Imna Abba Nashebejefi Ababeye. And one saw Motiho. No more change say I buy this baby beba moye. But Sisiano, private members bill gives you opportunity. And then one person so ending come every time you go back to your constituency, then I know how, then they say to know what come out. Oh, in my area no there is agriculture something or youth BB. There is no policy or law facilitate this animal way. Then you seek help. This year Parliament war drafters legislative drafters in this animal. You bring it, they will help you out, formulate a law, formulate a bill and bring it to Parliament, private members bill to solve some of this problems. Become a standard of measurement. So that at the end of 4 years, they will free Parliament. At that point, I say, now crowd about Parliament, there be effect pan over here in parliament.
Okay.
Then now we'll be pushing our members of parliament to do so. When you go elsewhere, no, Sanema when you become profile, say a case will be 12 years, 14 years, 16 years for parliament. There are certain things you can point to and say, we Obama shall be the fear. We know to me by here, we know to me by here. So Suban and say, there are some things that we can point to. We can point to say, or share Mranu say, I say no any witchcraft bill. We see, and Omode Omusasha said the society will become better. If you can maintain it will be difficult. Once we are
very difficult, but
very difficult for a parliamentary voter like me.
Well, that's your pay for the explanation. Why? I'm grateful. And you make sure I was studio for the election coverage. Why?
All right. All right.
Now, thank you very much. And Clement Akulo, Director of Communication, Parliamentary Network Africa, speaking to us.